thokozani ugogo nomkhulu sakwasendoda lesugogo bathini bathi mavula kuvala emzini mayamadoda u-Anti Usha, your #1 locksmith, cutting the key in Europe. Tribe relationships. I was touched yesterday to see an argument, a steamy argument between two tribes. It really made me to think deep about the disadvantages, and definitely there are advantages of tribe cross tribe relationship. Yes, cross tribe relationship. The guy was, shouting and everything. And what disturbed me, they were not talking to me, but I'm human. I've got ears and eyes. But what disturbed me in his boiling and everything, it's when he said, I don't know what I wanted from whatever tribe, which is obviously an opposite tribe. I'm going to try to be as accommodative as possible, as I always do, in making sure that I accommodate everyone, because this is a family channel. It's not channel for adults or for children. It's everything that I say here. I would love us to share it with our children as well, because they are the owners, they're second owners of our gadgets at the end of the day. Whenever you are going to be in a cross tribe relationship, a bit of research and assurity will assist. However, there's no amount of research that can assure you ukuthi you are taking the right decision. Pardon me. It is really up to individual ukuthi do they want you to know about certain things about them. Meaning, when it comes to love village and trust issues, you can't really tell and be sure ukuthi you know everything about that person. That's why we find ourselves in saying, I thought I know him, I thought I know her. It's simply because of that. You will never know a person if there's something they don't want you to know about them. And we find ourselves in a situation whereby, boom, boom, kanti, I didn't know this about her. I didn't know this about him. You will never know a person unless they want you to know about them. What happened yesterday, it reminded me of different kinds of people from different walks of lives coming to me for help. And there's this thing that keeps on popping in, the statement that says, I really thought if I'm dating this tribe, I'm done. I really thought I was making a decision on this tribe. That's what I'm told. And that's a mistake #1. Stop dating a tribe and date a person. Because when your heart falls in love with someone, it doesn't fall in love with a tribe. It falls in love with that person and whatever that made you being interested in them. How they speak, how they reason, how they present themselves. You know, I don't know other people what qualities they are looking for. But what I've noticed, many people go to a certain tribe because they are bold, they're musculous, they're handsome, they're dark in complexion. Gogo. When I saw him, I said to myself, that's a kind of a man I want. That's where it went wrong. It has nothing to do with the tribe, but you followed the looks, not knowing what are those looks carrying with them. When I saw her, I said, "Oh, I love this woman." Yo, Gogo, I just said, "I love this." Oh, Coco, she's so beautiful. Coco, you will so Guti. God was having all the time. Coco, I'm sure Guti. It was sometimes during the week. God had all the time, Coco, to make that one. The nose is at the right place. How she smiles, Coco. Upakile, Coco. Then I can tell, Oguti, you fell in love with the looks. You followed your erection when you saw her. You find guys talking about women's ass, women's breasts, and everything. That's why there's a say that says, "Don't judge the book by its cover." It's really true. It is really, really, really true. So then the issue of you hear others who are a bit matured, because the first category that I've mentioned that focuses on the looks, the six pack, and avoid us with the one pack apex stomach, and that is the one category that I classify as your your decision in dating that particular person was a bit childish as well. Then we go to the second one, which is I think that's where the maturity kicks in. Yes, I must accept that on that one, the maturity kicks in. Is the one that the person that says, "Hey, Coco, I really thought Uguchi, if I'm dating this tribe of people, this tribe is a tribe that is known for its humanity, whatever. This one, Coco, is an opposite of that tribe." I remember in high school. Then our high school was called Altem High. Now it's called Job Ranchebe. Uh, one of I was interested in this lady because in one class we'll have all the languages like Chitsonga, Sotho, South Sotho, North Sotho, and Xhosa and Zulu. Then when I was proposing love to this lady, and she said to me, my mom said I must stay away from Zulu speaking people because they are rude. But I laughed at it and I left it like that. And that's what I hear about Zulu people as I grow up. But yet you'll find women who are happy with the Zulu speaking individuals. Then what? Then what? Where I'm going with this is let's stay away from looks and a tribe and look for other qualities from a person. Then we will spend lesser money and time consulting with traditional healers who will cost us money to force things that are not there to happen. Again, let's stay away from a tribe and the looks and look for other qualities from people. I always say, when it comes to decision making, when it comes to relationships, avoid your heart just a little bit. Avoid your heart. Guys, your heart will lie to you. Allow it when it comes to relationship. Allow your heart to give you hints. It's fine. But because if you follow your heart 100%, heart and the brain, they don't go hand in hand. The brain will switch off, meaning you won't notice the red flags, because the only time you can see the red flags is through using your brain. It is only your brain that will show you the red flags to say, no, 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 no. Do I want to be in this relationship? Yes, I followed the looks, I followed whatever. He smells nice, whatever. He has money. That's another thing, you know. Dating somebody because of the money, they can afford you because you cannot afford yourself, and it happens on both men and females, right? And then your brain will never tell you to say, you know what, I think this lady is with me because of convenience. This lady pretends and lies that she loves me because of money. All she wants somebody that will assist her. That's why you find people cheating while they are married, while they are in a relationship, while the guy said to her, I want to start the global negotiations, but the woman will cheat. Why? Because of that woman, that man doesn't love you. They are with you because of how beautiful you are, or how managed you are, and they can say what you don't mind spending for a guy. That's why they're with you. But the only way you can see that is through the red flags. And how do you see the red flags? When your eyes see the red flags, when your ears hears the red flags, when your nose smell the red flags, where does these organs, where does these organs takes the message to? Not your heart. Not your heart. Because your heart is occupied with love. Ngimthanda ngenhliziyo yami yonke, wholeheartedly. So those messages, they won't go to your heart. And because your heart is occupied, filled with love, those messages will want to go to your brain, and they will find the door in your brain closed, because it's one door. It's one door. The brain door and the heart door, it's one door. It's not two doors. And you have to go through one door, which is the heart door. That's why we speak about the inner voice. Hey, I shouldn't have listened to my inner voice. I shouldn't have listened to, this small voice. I could tell. That's why I stopped. Why? Because of you could tell, then you allowed your brain to function as well. Then your brain tells you what to know. Red flag. Balega, run. Then the messages wants to go to your brain. Your brain is closed. It's empty but closed. It gives an opportunity to your heart, because you know what, you are so in love with this person, and even when people tries to tell you, to warn you, you don't listen. And sometimes you'll get an anonymous call to say, I know you are dating Spanban. I know you are married to Spanban. You don't know me, but I know you very well. I've changed my voice for this. But be careful of A, B, C, D, E, and hang up. I've headlines telling me that. Oh, you're dating Spanban. Oh, nice. Okay, sure. Then others, they are afraid to tell things that has nothing to do with them. Then you find people coming to healers to say, hey, Gogo, there's no way I can let her go after so much investment. Give me a love portion. Give me something that I want to capture her. I want to now to control her. I want her to do whatever I want. I don't want him to see his friends anymore. I don't want that. I don't want that. Coco, give me the best. Please. I've been controlled by this woman for over the years. Coco, I've been in so much abuse with this man. Now that he's going to get money, now he sees other women and everything. Coco, please give me something. Coco, I really thought Uguti, this tribe will never do this to me. You know, I'm always being told that women from this tribe, they respect men, they know this and everything. There's nothing like that. There's nothing called a perfect tribe. Nothing. Khohlwa. Uzodlala inyanga. If you want to pay for the rest of your life, believe in that ukuthi there's a special tribe. There's a special tribe. There's this tribe that definitely, if you get a person from that tribe, uphelile, you are set for life. There's nothing like that. I don't care who can promote their tribe and everything. There's no tribe that is worse than the other tribe. There isn't. Let's stop lying to ourselves, because we are going to instill that in our children's minds, and children's honest minds, because there are children who grow up with that mentality. They were told to stay away from a certain tribe. However, they ignored that and they dated that person. But because of they were doing it for their mother, they left that person and dated another person from another tribe that was approved by the mother, and that was the worst decision they've ever taken into their lives. Back to the story I told you about. When I met Miriam, it was around 2010. Hi, how are you? Fine, thanks. I didn't see her anymore. She's old. She's very beautiful still, but I didn't recognize her. She said, "No, it's me, Miriam." I said, "Oh, my first lover. Hey, when? Hey, my high school lover. What?" And she said, "Yeah, Batin." I said, "What?" And she said, "I regret it." After high school, I've dated this Zulu guy. Nice, caring individual. He gave me all the respect. He gave me everything I wanted from the man. But because of my mom said I must stick to the Tsonga people, then I ended the relationship, and then I dated this other guy who is from my village, and my mom knows him. He's a doctor. Blah 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 blah. Gogo, it's a worst decision I've ever made. How? How I miss my Zulu man who was so caring, who begged me, who cried, who went down on his, who nearly committed suicide because of I was breaking up with him. But I listened to my mother. It was too late. Thank you. Thank you. It was too late. It was too late. The guy is gone. Very happy. Found a woman that is not convinced to love a certain tribe, and they're happy. And where's my schoolmate, Miriam? Frustrated, wherever she is, with the same tribe. Imagine if Miriam met me and said, "Coco, I know now you're doing this work. I need something that will make me go back to my ex." Which ex? The ex now that is dating somebody. The ex now that is happy with somebody. Now you want Muti that will destroy what is the guy or the woman has because of you've left them. Where now you've decided to leave them because of their tribe. You decided to leave them because of your parents do not approve of. It's like somebody says, I don't want a partner that is not educated. Guys, where is this love that we think is there? You need an educated person. You need somebody that is moneyed. You need somebody that is good looking and everything. Can't it, what is love? What does love has to do with education, money, and looks? Tribe. Education, money, looks, tribe. These four things will destroy you. These four things, education. If you are looking for somebody that is educated from a certain tribe, good looking, that has money, if you are looking for any of these four things, then you will be my client one day looking for something that I don't have, trying to chase something that is gone, because your ancestors may have a different person for you that does not belong in these four categories. Your person is nowhere to be found in these four things, but your person is found in these four things: love, commitment, hmm? love, commitment, hardworking. They are not managed, but they are hardworking. They are hardworking. And acceptance. They accept you for who you are. They love you as you are. That's why we find women who say, "Angifundo tengena moto," but your father doesn't have a car. Your father has never even had a spare wheel. Even in the time your father was a child, he has never even had a tire to play with, a vehicle tire to play with. Angifundo tengena mali. My sister, you coming from a poor family yourself. Your mom was married to a poor family herself. Angifuni intombazana enabantwana or enomntwana. Your sisters. That's why then you are taking care of your sister's kids. Your sisters are giving birth at home. Angifuni intombazana engafundanga. Your sister is not educated. We really have to think before we wish. Look around. That will assist you. Look around you. Before you become tjhatjharache ukhuluma ngokuthi angimfuni umuntu onjena, angimfuni umuntu onjena, angifuni into ethize, angimfuni umuntu onjena, look around you. If you can say, "Mina, I'm coming from a perfect family, 100% perfect family," then I'm looking for a perfect partner and everything. Good luck. Good luck. Guys, I'm drinking the best green tea ever. Oh, I've asked for a big itipoti. So nice. So we need to be careful so that we avoid finding ourselves in a situation whereby we run into healers and we're looking for something that does not belong to us. We sometimes complain that our partners are cheating on us. But when you are cheating, now you were cheating for somebody, now she was cheating for somebody, then you end up together. Then now you have a problem that she's cheating with someone. It's not like you found each other being single sometimes. There's a lot of money that we waste in healers, in going look for help and paying in dollars a money for nothing that you could have used that money still on healers to better our lives. To better our lives. but we don't want to. So if you are going to be, or you want to be happy, you must understand ukuthi, as you have entered in a cross tribe relationship, one of the things that you need to do is to accept the tribe, because it's the tribe. A tribe, it's nothing, there's nothing you can do about that person which is from a certain tribe. Sorry. And there's things that that person cannot change. There are tribes that they do not compromise. There are tribes that they do not compromise, but within that tribe, there are individuals that will say, yes, I know my tribe is proud of this, but it's not working for me. That's why you find Abelu, Banestem. Then you ask yourself, what you, a white person in a polygram, what, this thing's a Zulu people thing. No, it's not. It's not. It's a choice. It's a choice. And being a Zulu doesn't mean what it's a must that you are in a polygamy a situation. It's a choice. But we are stuck, because that's another thing that we do. You are a different tribe. You like what does other tribe do, because of where now you are dating somebody from this tribe. Now you want to bring what is been done, the customs of this tribe. You want to bring them to your tribe. How confusing is that? That's why they say if a woman gets married, they leave everything, their culture, their religious beliefs and everything. They are now joining what the man is doing. But you find people who wants to come as a wife and wants to change what is that family doing, and who's married to who. But that's a topic for another day. Let's be careful of what we're doing. When you enter a cross tribe relationship, think deeper about it. Accept which there are things that you will never change. Koko, but I know a certain tribe, when it comes to Balula, Banasimelo, they sleep around, whatever, whatever. There is no tribe under this planet that has honest people, people that don't cheat and everything. I don't care you blame a certain tribe, what did I want in that tribe? I was told that ladies from that tribe like this, men from that tribe are like this and everything. You are lying to yourself. You are lying to yourself. That's why you are still single and frustrated, because maybe your partner is on that tribe that you are so criticizing, that you are so throwing like a boiling water on them, like hot stones on them, because of you are so critic about other people's tribe. And most of the time, people are looking for something they are not themselves. I don't want a man with children, but you've got two children, my sister. So who's gonna father these children? Why are you not with their father? Why their father left you? I don't want a man who's like this. I don't want a woman who's like this and everything. Have you ever looked at yourself? Have you ever done a self introspection and life audit of yourself? No, like you find women, they don't want your kids, but they want you to take care of their kids. You find a man like that, you told the man that I've got a child or children, but abekho ncamncam with your children. They're not. But with their children, they want you to play a mother figure into their children. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't. It's not fair. It's not. So as we are going, or as we are entering, as we are in a cross tribe relationships, let's learn to understand each other. Sometimes you need to learn to love them. Yes, it was a biggest mistake and everything. Or change again, my sister or my brother, go to another one, then change, go to another one, because when you are looking at wrong things, that's why you are not happy.